I think my girlfriend is a stalker.
Stalker? I hardly know her.
Hey!
Probably trigger warning for stalking.
Yeah, and also
Probably,
clearly
yeah.
trigger warning for stalking.
A lot of trigger warnings for stalkings.
I'm asking this to see if I'm the one who's completely lost my mind here. My 28 male girlfriend, 25 female, has this dream journal she's always writing in. I thought it was cute, you know, expressing her inner world and all that. She claims it can help her understand her subconscious better, which made sense to me.
But
Homie just found out what journaling is.
like, it's actually kind of cool.
By the way, this story comes from a mysterious username. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, anyway, last night she accidentally left it open at her bedside table.
I like that this is in
journal.
italics because it feels like this is from the journal. It's an excerpt.
Ooh. I wasn't trying to snoop, but a page was open and a phrase caught my eye. 10:17 a.m. He got coffee with 2 sugars, just like I knew he would. My stomach dropped.
Oh,
I glanced at another entry.
why is she timing all of these?
3:45 p.m. Called his mom. Sounded a little stressed. Must remember to bring up the job thing later. This wasn't a dream journal. It was a play-by-play of my day. Every single entry was about me. My movements, my conversations, even ones she wasn't present for.
Oh.
My habits. It was incredibly long and detailed, almost like a surveillance log.
Dude.
Buddy.
She's a spy.
She's not a spy. She's not a stalker. She's having prophetic visions in her dreams.
Yeah, she was like, at 3:41, he's going to the store. And you're like, how does she know that? She's talking to me. No, she saw it. She saw it.
Or she's a time traveler.
Dang it. And she's like, has to remember all of the, yeah.
This is just Back to the Future where Doc Brown's like,
Yeah.
What are the clocks? It's 8 o'clock?
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
all 1 hour behind.
There's so many different explanations, OP. Let's not jump to the most obvious.
I have not confronted her yet because I'm genuinely trying to find out if this is some bizarre form of affection I'm not understanding, or if I should be calling my therapist and maybe looking into changing my locks. Am I overreacting by feeling deeply, deeply creeped out? Is this a normal girlfriend thing I'm just too dense to grasp? Or is this a massive red flag waving in my face?
I think it's really funny that OP's like, is this just normal? Does everyone's girlfriends take detailed notes of their day-to-day?
Ooh, buddy, I think your gut has the answer for that.
I also like Amanda Foxy's comment of it's Sophia amplified, which took me a second, but then I realized you were talking about my prophetic dreams.
Right. There we go.
Yeah, I was like,
I was also like, wait, what? No. You're right, because of your fortunes.
My visions. I'm gonna start doing this every time I'm doing the psych thing.
Gene, I need you.
Gene, let me in.
We're referencing X-Men for everyone who might be confused. Like Sophia.
I've seen
How do you can't be confused by that.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
Good movie.
I really like her, and I haven't had any major issues with our relationship. She's like the sweetest person ever and hasn't shown any signs of being crazy. But now I'm a little scared for my safety. What do I do?
I don't.
And we have an update.
I need to see these excerpts, you know? I need to know what she's saying. I need to know where you're going.
Yeah, it's like, it really does. I think you're right. It depends on like the context
Yeah.
of, like if she's saying like, he got coffee, he had a conversation, got to remember to bring that up later. Like
Yeah.
that's a little concerning. But if she's like, I yearn to know what his bones feel like inside my body. It's
That's
like,
a lot of concerning.
that feels like you want to wear me like
Yeah.
a piece of clothing.
There are levels. There are levels to the crazy. It could just be she is maybe a little neurodivergent and is like, I don't know how to bring up conversation stuff, so I will learn as much as I can about him and then bring that up.
I got to say though, no matter what, stalking is a red flag.
No. Yes.
Clearly.
No,
like,
to
this
be clear.
is probably being got by following you around.
Yeah, to be clear, still a red flag. I'm just saying the severity ranges from she just doesn't know what to say and needs conversation topics and is doing it in a really creepy way.
Right.
Sonny says love bombing, also possible. Or she's maybe gonna try and hurt you. Or we should run away. Yeah.
Let's get into this update. So I followed the advice of one user, Wobread35, which suggested that I ask her what she's writing about while she's in the middle of writing.
Like you.
Imagine she's like, Well, I overheard you talking earlier today while you were in line at the grocery store.
No, he's like, what are you writing about? And she's like, 3:25. My boyfriend just asked me what I'm writing about. He's sitting in the chair. Dot, dot, dot.
And she just like looks at him expectantly like,
Continue. And he's like, are you
he then asked me,
a court reporter?
she's got a
She's doing a
stenographer machine.
She's doing shorthand.
I was on the couch reading a book when I noticed her writing in her journal from the other couch. I asked her what she was writing about and why she was writing in her dream journal when she hadn't even gone to sleep yet.
You ruined my dream journal.
She told me that she doesn't always use it for dreams and sometimes uses it as a regular diary. I didn't feel like lying, so I just admitted that I had glanced at it earlier and noticed she was logging my daily activities. Her face got about as red as a tomato, and she got real quiet for a minute. She said that she knows how bad it looks and that her journal is meant to be a relationship sync journal, as she called it. She says that humans rarely scratch the surface of truly understanding each other, even when they're in relationships. She says her goal is to achieve a deep and intuitive connection with me. Basically, she wants to instinctively know my moods and behaviors so she can be the best partner possible, which explains the entry about me putting 2 sugars in my coffee, which I don't even think I paid attention to how many sugars I put in my coffee.
That one, if it wasn't connected to all like the other stuff, is kind of cute. I think it's I not this in connection to this story sounds weird, but I write notes about my friends and saying like things that they like, things that they
right,
facts about them. So
you
I
have a
remember
friendship sync journal.
Friendship sync journal.
While I do kind of agree with her notion that it's like a lot of people never even really get to know each other.
Yeah.
The way that you do that is by
talking to them, to be clear.
The relationship and talking?
I was only talking about the part about writing down 2 sugars.
Yeah, no. She's not condoning being an absolute.
This, I think that she's going about this like in a really bad way. Like if you want to intuitively know someone, that takes time. That takes hours spent together. Like I think Sam and I have a very intuitive relationship.
Yeah.
Just the other day, he asked me where something was, and I went, "It's in the thing." And I was sitting next to someone, I don't remember who it was, and they were like, "The thing? You didn't tell him where it was." And Sam was like, "Okay," and immediately went to where I was pointing at. So it's time. It's not trying to hack the system.
Right. There's not like a secret algorithm you can make with all this information that's going to like make your connection deep.
Yeah.
You got to get deep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. She thinks that this will lead to us having an unbreakable bond. It sounds absolutely insane, but when she was explaining it, some of it made sense. I'm not going to lie. She made it out to sound like the sweetest thing ever, but if she truly wanted us to be in sync, why didn't she ask me to also track her movements? I mean, I really thought that was going to be, why didn't she ask me what my favorite breakfast is? Like, what kind of movies I like who I idolized growing up. Like, this is not, what are we doing?
If a boyfriend snuggled in for a shoulder, I can't read this. In for a shoulder nap and said he's trying to intuitively dream together so y'all can be in each other's head even when you're apart. Honestly, that sounds kind of cute.
See, you were trying to make a joke, but I could tell. I was like, that's actually going to get her.
That actually sounds really good.
That's actually going to get her.
I'm trying to snuggle so we can dream together.
Yeah, oh my God.
So
You'd be like, I'm going to marry that guy. If some guy tried to nap on your shoulder and was like,
I'm like crying.
Hopefully we can dream the same dream now since our heads are next to each other.
Stop. No,
You'd be
I want someone to say that to me.
That's wild.
She's going to cry. No, she's going to cry.
I want someone to say that. Okay, sorry. Let's get back to it.
That's wild.
There's no
I don't
way
know why
you
that
just
impacted
got
me so
yourself.
much.
Look how red I am. Oh my God.
Sophia, that's not how it works, but okay.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
Why can't I have
That might be one of the funniest things I think has ever happened on the show. This guy's being like, why didn't my girlfriend ask me to stalk her? If she was really serious about this, she would have said I should be stalking her. How does this strengthen our connection if she knows me to this extreme of an extent when I don't know her to that extent? Part of me almost wishes that she just said she was stalking me, but this explanation almost leaves me feeling more confused. I'm torn. Is this a good explanation? Or is this just her justifying obsessive and crazy behavior?
I think that it could be.
Buddy, is this your first? I feel like this is another first relationship situation.
He's like, is she a little bit weird?
Because it's
I
like,
can't tell. Yeah.
I agree with her philosophically, where it's like, yeah, a lot of people can go through like years together and not even know each other.
Yeah.
But this is not like the
No.
recipe to getting to like a deep connection with someone at all.
I think the thing is that you need to ask her, because if she was just taking notes about things that she's been at, like if she was like, I noticed that when we were out together, he put his fork on the left side of his plate, or I noticed that he like skips, onto
I
the
noticed that
train.
he's whimsical.
He's whimsical. If it was like that, like things she noticed when they were together, I think that would be fine. It would be very, maybe I would be a little bit confused of why she was noticing so much, but it wouldn't be crazy. I think the fact that she is apparently like going to places without his knowledge and like getting information that she shouldn't know, that's the red flag here. And
Right.
I would have a conversation about those boundaries of saying, how do you know this information? Because it's
Yeah.
making me a little uncomfortable that you're potentially literally stalking me.
We could maybe want the same thing.
Yeah.
I think we should just go about it a different way.
Yeah.
Update number 2. First off, I want to clarify a few things based on the comments from my last post. It was overwhelming trying to respond to everyone. My girlfriend isn't on the autism spectrum. She does not display many related traits. Also, I don't work in a field with sensitive information. So this isn't a case of work espionage.
That's what you think. Maybe you're in the Truman Show and she's taking notes.
Have you checked
You're
on if the
Truman.
moon is real?
Yeah, have you checked?
Some of you mentioned possible mental health issues, which she's never brought up. But after what I found this morning, I find it highly unlikely she isn't struggling with something. So we had a discussion about the relationship sync journals last night after my last update. She was very forthcoming, and I genuinely believed she was coming from a sincere place. I told her she didn't have to study my every move to strengthen our bond, and that we could learn about each other through shared activities. She seemed satisfied with that and agreed to stop the journals since they made me uncomfortable. She even offered to let me read the whole journal, which I did. Most of the entries were just notes on my likes and dislikes, but one entry really stood out. She was tracking my Facebook activity log. For those wondering how she knew about conversations I wasn't present for, we sometimes share my laptop, and I'd forgotten I was logged into Facebook on it. And that made me feel uneasy.
See, now this is a breach of trust. This is no longer she's just hyper observant about the interactions that they have. This is now she's reading your messages, which is not okay. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she's logged into she went onto
Honestly,
your Facebook and looked through your messages.
It's funny because I think of these as the exact same thing.
Oh.
But it's just that, I mean, if anything, I think the actually following you around in the real world and like taking like weird notes on you, maybe without you knowing.
No, I was saying I thought that the other things, I don't know if she's like followed him around in the real world. It sounds like when they're together and he's aware of her presence, she takes a lot of notes about things. But it sounds like, yeah, I think that's what he's saying. And then he said that the conversations that she wasn't there for are because she's reading his messages, which is a total violation, which you guys know what I think about that, about reading messages, not okay. But it doesn't even sound like she's doing it because she thinks he's cheating. It's like she doesn't even have a good reason.
Yeah, it's just off-putting.
Yeah.
It's just off-putting, and I'm not at ease.
No.
You're going to go to the bathroom, and she's going to be like, stand on the scale. Like, he lost exactly 0.67 pounds of body
She's
weight.
taking notes about your height and your weight.
I have an entire subsection based on your bowel movements.
Yeah, she's like, heart rate, please. Put this on. Thank you.
Yeah, I may have hacked your little no free sponsors, but
yeah, she's like, I'm going to need to take some of your blood today. Thank you.
your biometrics are an absolute must.
Mm-hmm.
Since I primarily work from home, after she left this morning, I decided to check the garage. I remembered seeing some notebooks in a box out there. What I discovered was horrifying.
Oh my goodness.
There wasn't just one relationship sync journal, but 5 of them, completely filled with entries dating back a year before we even started dating.
No. Oh yeah. Bye. Bye. Out of there. Out. Let's go. A year before you started dating? Oh.
I actually am running away. I'm ghosting this person.
I'm leaving immediately. Oh
Actually,
my
no, wait.
gosh.
No, don't. You can't ghost.
No, because she'll find
Ghosting
you.
it'll make it worse.
You have to have a
Dang.
conversation and
Okay.
say, I'm leaving you. This is totally not okay.
You go, everything that I thought that we were is a lie, and you have reduced me in my mind to nothing more than an experiment that you have been manipulating variables in, and for that reason, sharks, I'm out. We had known each other through friends before dating, so I wasn't a complete stranger, but some of these entries are for before we were even friendly. We had just had minor cordial encounters. She's been tracking my Facebook for a long time. In one journal, there was essentially a diagram cross-referencing my likes, comments, friends list, and family members, seemingly to determine who I was closest to.
This is terrifying. This is truly so scary.
Girl, why don't you use all this mental energy to make some money?
Honeybee85, thank you for the 2 pounds. She's plotting Opie's life to harvest organs. I hope not.
Yeah, dude.
This went from like, oh, it could have been a little bit cute to like, get out of there.
Truly. There was also an entry about my ex-girlfriend, where she was taking notes from social media to speculate about why we broke up. Her goal was to prevent herself from making the same mistake as my ex. Even more disturbingly, she had notes about my browser history, specifically mentioning that she'd watched some adult videos from my history to understand how to please me better.
Yeah, this is totally insane. Because if she wanted to know him better, if that was her goal, then you ask. You ask these questions to your partner. You engage, you spend time with them, you learn about them. You don't cheat by freaking obsessively looking them up.
Dude, Opie's girlfriend doesn't even sleep.
Yeah.
Opie goes to sleep, and then his girlfriend is just right here.
Yeah. He sleeps for exactly 6 hours and 3 minutes.
2:37 in the morning. I think this was the exact moment he went into REM sleep.
He snored for about 10-minute intervals.
His leg twitched, and it was the perfect twitch.
Like this is terrifying.
Everything about
This
it
is
is
terrifying.
just perfect. And I want to be like
Nina
him.
Nelson says somebody should make this a horror movie. Honestly,
It already exists.
This is Get Out, but like one
There
person.
is a
There's no
movie
family.
like this where it's like someone's dating someone, but really they just want to be that person.
Ugh.
I can't remember what it is.
That's Get Out.
No, but it's like a date,
No, I know,
specifically
I know.
within a dating.
Just also so happens.
Sorry,
to be
I
Get
was
Out.
in hyper-analyzing mode,
I
okay?
appreciate it.
But all I can think now is Invisible Man,
Yeah.
which is a great, and if you
I've
have
never seen it, but I
stalking
do
triggers
know.
or trauma,
Yeah.
never, ever,
Don't
ever,
watch
ever
that.
watch The Invisible Man.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for it.
She also has entries analyzing my reactions to certain things, my body language, and other details to understand my subconscious motivations.
Maybe she works for an AI company.
Maybe she is an AI.
Mm.
I felt really bad yesterday when some comments suggested I was a bad boyfriend for not appreciating how thoughtful she was.
Those were her. She found your Reddit. And she's been commenting. She's like, that was really thoughtful. You should appreciate your girlfriend.
Yeah, of
you should
course she did.
appreciate me. I mean, your girlfriend more.
There's no way she doesn't know about this Reddit post.
She knows.
There's no way she doesn't know,
She's got cameras.
which is why I tried to be so understanding last night. But now I am genuinely terrified and I am contemplating leaving the house before she comes back. And there's a third update and like literally like just a little bit of actual advice. I would not ghost her. I would try to give her some semblance of closure because with the ghosting, I think will make her like literally like snap or something. This will be
Yeah.
her whole life forever and ever and ever.
I honestly think tell someone, get someone there with you, like some sort of third party there with you when you break up with her for safety, because she seems unstable.
Definitely have, somebody. Do not be alone. Update number 3. After my last post where I discovered the extent of the additional relationship sync journals, I decided the best option was to stay home without telling her about my discovery. Luckily, she invited one of her friends over, so I didn't have to spend a lot of time with her before going to bed. While she was busy with her friend, I ended up taking the advice of Electronic News, a user on Reddit, who suggested I contact an ex of hers and ask if she ever did anything like that with him. You know, a detail I think we glossed over here. She was like extremely forthcoming with this.
Yeah.
I almost think she might not think this is an issue.
No, I don't think she does. I think that she is so set in her, like, I don't know. It's so set in her mind that she's doing this to sync more with him. She's like, no, like the intentions are good, that she doesn't think that any of the, ways that she went about it are insane.
Not looking at the action.
No.
She's just looking at the intent.
Yeah. She's
the action is like
the ends justify
obsession.
the means.
The action is actual obsession, like scary obsession.
Yeah.
I only knew of one ex, but I remembered that she described him as psycho and asked me to block him on Facebook because she was worried he might pester me.
Yeah, you should go talk to that guy.
Yeah, it sounds like that's
Immediately.
the first guy you should sprint at full speed to.
Yep.
I decided to unblock him and then sent him a message asking if we could talk on a voice call. We were eventually able to connect on the phone while she was visiting with her friend. He actually sounded like a very normal guy when I spoke with him. I told him why I was calling, and he got quiet when I mentioned my girlfriend's name, then said, "What has she done now?" I ended up telling him the whole story, and afterwards I heard him laughing on the other end of the phone. It wasn't a laugh like he thought it was funny. It was more like a laugh of disbelief that this had happened again.
Oy.
He then told me he had a similar experience with her, but she never journaled around him, and they didn't live together for him to find any journals. So the journal thing was new just for me, apparently. But he did recall her knowing things that she shouldn't know sometimes. He also mentioned that things in his apartment would go missing and then suddenly reappear when he would swear that he never touched them. At the time, he was more concerned about a ghost or something than his girlfriend. But he said he started to feel suffocated by her after a while and chose to break things off with her. After that, that's when the story started to take a turn. Apparently, a week after they broke up, she showed up at his house and told him that she's pregnant.
Whoa. I don't believe her.
Sophia doesn't believe women.
I don't believe that woman.
No, I don't believe that woman.
I don't believe that specific woman.
He said he decided to give her a second chance. But after a few weeks, he noticed that one of her friends had posted a Snapchat of her at a bar drinking after work. That's when he confronted her and she admitted that she had faked the pregnancy to get him back.
Crazy.
That's when he broke things off with her and told her to never contact him again. He said he didn't hear from her again after that, but by the way, you can hear from us whenever you want by listening to full episodes with stories just like this on Spotify or iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. What do they have to search, Sophia?
Oh, just okay story time.
It's just the name of our show.
It's just us.
So we have a little bit of story left here.
Wow. I honestly think someone earlier said that you could potentially get a restraining order because you have the proof of the journals. And I think that's a good idea. I think you have proof that she's done this before to someone else, and you have proof that she's currently doing it to you. I would break up with her. I would break up with her with someone there. Change your locks. See if you can, get to a safe place, because it seems like you guys live together. So make sure you have a safe place that she doesn't know about. She'll probably find out, but make sure she starts off not knowing.
Yeah.
And then, begin the process of separating. And also now you know that she'll use the pregnancy thing. So if she says to you after you break up with her, "Yeah, I'm pregnant, you have to stay with me," you know that that's a lie.
I would look into cybersecurity protocols. How to keep
Amy
your
Lynn
data
says
safe
change your
online and
password.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He said that months later he had found a camera in his smoke detector when he was changing the batteries for it. He said he knew it was her, but couldn't prove it. I told him about her telling me to block him, and he said she must have made me do that because she knew that he would warn me if he found out she had a boyfriend. I'm going to call movers to arrange for them to come pick up my stuff while she is at work. I'm not even going to tell her. I don't think I'm going to be able to find movers until next week, though. So my plan is to just try to play things off over the next few days. And that is the end of that story. And I think I got to amend.
Dang.
Definitely maybe ghost her. Try to just disappear off the face of the earth. And that's that. Yeah.
I think you should block. I think you should talk to her and then break up with her personally. But again, I've already said, with the person there that you trust, then make sure you have an exit plan since you live together.
Yes.
Start
truly,
looking into new apartments if you can.
Just
see if you can break your lease. Anything that gets you away from her. Especially because of the whole camera stuff. Like, there's probably cameras in your apartment. Honestly.
Yeah, I would do like the sweep. Do the
Yeah. But that's the end of that story. So we're going to get into the next one. I think my girlfriend's parents planted something in my bag and now I want out.
They just want you guys to grow.
I am 22 female and my girlfriend is 21 female. We have been in a same gender relationship for 2.5 years and we are both very healthy individuals. Sick. My girlfriend comes from a wealthy family and often goes on luxurious international vacations with them. The last 2 times they've traveled abroad, I stayed at their place to dog sit. Her family is incredible and treats me like one of their own, doing so much for me. Meanwhile, I come from a poor background and never went on family vacations. By the way, this comes from Imaginary Charge 939 on the r/2hottakes subreddit. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I just graduated college in May and will start my job in July. I worked tirelessly to land this job without any family connections, paying my own way through college while working to cover rent and tuition. Here's where it gets tricky. I can't help but feel envious of her life. She never has to worry about money and can do whatever she wants whenever she wants. She's amazing, not stuck up at all, and fully aware of her privilege. She often pays for us when we get out. Yet, I can't shake this jealousy about her ability to float through life effortlessly, while I have to grind and start my adult life immediately after college. Because it's not about anything she does, I don't know how to bring it up to her. To make matters more complicated, she will be studying abroad in Scotland this year, and if I had the same opportunity, I would take it in a heartbeat, but I just don't have that privilege. Our relationship is secure. We are able to communicate openly about any issues that arise besides this one, LOL. She loves me for who I am and never makes me feel obligated to buy lavish things for her. When she pays for things, she does so out of kindness and never makes me feel belittled. She understands my financial situation and never judges me for it. Her family is newly wealthy. Her dad grew up poor and made a name for himself as an MD. They just hit bringing in $1 million this year and are continuing to expand.
Wow.
They have never asked me to join their family vacations, but her parents have paid for things related to my college experience and are currently helping me furnish my first apartment. Her dad also gives me a lot of valuable financial advice, which I am very grateful for. How do I cope with these feelings of jealousy and frustration? And there is an update, folks, but it's tricky, I think, to be around people who have different access to different things than you. And I don't want to, like, it is normal to have those feelings of jealousy. However, it isn't your girlfriend's fault, so it is something that you need to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say it's your girlfriend's fault, it's like, well, just she exists.
She exists, and she has different opportunities than you do, and that's just how it is.
We have to be masters of our own emotions
Yeah.
and our own feelings.
Yeah.
We have to take some level of personal accountability for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that actually frees you, because then once you take full responsibility for all your feelings, and even if, guys, not all of your feelings are just going to come from you. Some of your feelings are like coming from outside stuff.
Yeah.
But if you just take all the responsibility for it, you're now free because they're yours.
I don't even know if I would necessarily say like tell her about this. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on this because
This kind of happened to me, but not like this, but
yeah.
I had to bring that up to an ex of mine where it's like we were both actors and
Yeah.
she booked something and I got really, really jealous about it. And I was like, I honestly wanted to be happy for you
Yeah.
there, but I wasn't. I was more like mad that
Yeah.
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I wanted to just put that out there because I don't want to feel that way.
I think that would be a good way to say it because she clearly isn't doing anything to, you know, like if there was something specific, like if she was flaunting it and always like paying for things and giving you all these expensive gifts and then expecting you also to get, like, that would be something to bring up, but I feel, or to address and fix. But here, maybe it's just saying, I had these feelings, not your fault. I'm working on them.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the best move. But yeah, it's not her fault. So it's definitely just like first step is understanding that those feelings are from you. They're coming from you, not from any other, you know, thing that she's doing. So
yeah,
it's normal.
And don't beat yourself up too hard either, because you're not your feelings and you're not your thoughts.
No.
You're like, you know,
Yeah.
They're not.
This is also happened. This has happened to me where I've had been jealous of a friend for whatever reason, and then you just have to be like, okay, that way, let's put a stopper on that because they're not doing anything wrong.
To get the flamethrower and go and incinerate it.
But there is an update. My girlfriend, female 24, is getting her doctorate, and her parents financially support her while she's in school. The issue is they use the support to control every aspect of her life. Oh, whoa, this story took a turn. Where she can live, how much time she can spend with me, female 24, and even the places she's allowed to go. Over time, though, a lot of reflection and conversations with me, she realized this isn't normal and plans to fully distance herself once she secures a stable job that can help pay for her degree. We've been together for 3 years. Wasn't it 2 years before? We've jumped a year?
I'm not sure. Maybe, sometimes people change little pieces of information for anonymity or whatever.
And as time has passed, her parents have started trying to control aspects of my life as well. I grew up poor and have always financially supported myself. I used to drive a beater car that finally gave out, and for Christmas, her parents gifted me one of their cars. While I was incredibly grateful, I always felt like there were strings attached. For instance, the car isn't registered in my name, which created issues when trying to renew the registration. It also has an app that allows remote access, starting the car, tracking its location, etc. Yikes.
What?
I wouldn't want that. No. I never asked for access because I knew they were using it to keep tabs on me. Yikes. I even got a text from my girlfriend's dad once letting me know I had left the car door unlocked, confirming to me that they definitely monitor it.
I'm like, is this your car or my car?
Yeah.
Is this your car or my car? That's the question you need to ask. And if they say, this is our car, you go, all right, take it back.
Take it back, yeah.
Take it back.
Take it back.
I thought that was a gift. I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood.
Recently, I applied for a job in the city where my girlfriend and her parents live. Since my girlfriend is currently abroad for her doctorate, she wasn't home when I stayed with her parents for my first round of interviews. While I was there, they kept pushing the idea of me living with them to save money to buy a house. I was polite and considered it in conversation, but I knew that wasn't something I wanted. During my visit, my girlfriend's friends invited me to go out to a few bars one night, but her mom had an issue with me being out late, so I ended up not going. What? Was your girlfriend going out?
This is strange. There's way too much power dynamic.
Very icky, very icky.
It's strange.
Now, here's where I need perspective. I flew home that Sunday with just a carry-on bag. I didn't unpack right away, and when I finally did laundry on Tuesday, I found a rusty pocket knife in my load of clothes. I was completely confused because a pocket knife is not something I own or have seen before. I sent a picture to my girlfriend to see if it might belong to her brother, and it accidentally gotten mixed up in my stuff. She said she'd never seen it before and sent it to her family group chat to ask if it was theirs.
Did they plant a
rusty knife in your clothes?
They plant evidence of a crime in your clothes?
It sounds like it. They committed a crime and they were like, we're going to get OP in trouble for this.
And that's why they're tracking your car, because they're going to call the officer. They're going to be like, oh,
yeah,
this is exactly where he is. She is, sorry.
Yeah, this girl, she's got the knife. We know it. Don't ask us how we know. She has it.
It's an anonymous tip. What happened to anonymous tips?
Her parents' responses were, Mom, what? LMAO, I didn't give her any laundry, and it's dirty on top of that, so I definitely wouldn't give her something dirty. LMAO, think about it, love. That's kind of concerning because she didn't check her luggage last time she was here. She carried on. She would have been in trouble. Dad, oh, nice contraband, and she flew with it. This is the most obvious setup ever.
Also, you are the most cornball person for, what cornball people?
Their first reaction wasn't confusion. It wasn't, I've never seen that before. It was immediately defensive and focused on how I could have gotten in trouble at the airport. I hadn't even thought about the fact that I flew with it. I was just trying to figure out where it came from. But the reaction combined with everything else has me spiraling. I can't shake the feeling that they might have planted it in my bag to try and get me in trouble. Now I understand they planted it in the bag before the flight.
Oh yeah, you weren't picking up on that?
No, I didn't. I understood right then.
They were trying to plant this and give her a felony.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Which is
Yikes.
extra crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cool.
And it's like, they have the plausible deniability, but it's like At this point, I go to my girlfriend if I'm OP, and I'm like, your parents are literally trying to ruin my life now.
Yeah.
So we have to now
it's
be
no
a
longer a
united
conversation
front,
about jealousy.
or we're breaking up.
Yeah.
All right. We are either a team against them, or I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And don't even put it. Just
There's
and
no
then leave it up to her.
Yeah, there's no like halfway in this situation. They're trying to get you arrested. And if she thinks that that's not happening, then you guys can't stay together
Right.
because she's always on their side.
Then you leave.
Yeah.
Simple.
I am so conflicted because they are nice people and have truly helped me in so many ways. Am I overthinking this, or is this as weird as it feels to me? I would really appreciate an outside perspective.
Here's
There is an edit.
upper class nice isn't nice.
Yeah.
Upper class nice is actually often some of the meanest crap you've ever conceived in your whole life. But they'll do it with a smile.
Yeah, and this is new wealth.
I honestly, I can't even speak to between old money and new money.
I don't know but I feel like it had to be said.
And it's new money.
I don't know what that means, but it means something.
I think that would actually probably be a good thing. I feel like old money is usually the cruelest, meanest,
Oh yeah, they're
most
trying. They're like,
dastardly
you can't
thing.
be around us. We're old money.
And that's why they didn't just like,
Yeah.
like have her assassinated or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they just like, we're like, ooh, we'll put a little knife in her, carry
Yeah.
on.
Well,
Did
yeah,
you-
maybe if they were old money, they would be like, we can't even assert. We only marry my cousins.
Yeah, no, if they were old money, it'd be like a drone strike or something.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, it'd be over.
What was in the bag again?
A rusty knife.
A rusty knife in the ballroom.
Infamously
Bless you.
bad thing to take on a plane, a knife.
A knife.
Our friend did that.
I was going to say he did the kind where the knife comes out of a barrel.
No, our friend has a licensed firearm.
Yeah. Wait. You told me. I was about
Yeah,
to
this
say.
is a great story.
You told me this when we were going to Columbia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that it was a complete accident. It was a
Yeah, no,
legal
it was a
firearm.
he had
It
a
was
license.
registered and everything, and it was in his backpack at the worst possible moment.
The worst possible place.
Yeah, it is just like they take it out of the bag, and even he's like,
The story is he puts the bag through the thing and the alarm goes off and he goes, I know oh no.
"Oh no!"
And security comes up to him, TSA comes up to him like, hey, that's a firearm. And he's like, no, like that's an accident. And you're like, it don't matter what it is. We're going to take you to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he go to
And
jail?
that's crazy because every
How long?
airport is actually federal
He did community
land.
service. So like he was there for a long time. So he's like, so I think when he asked, he was like, so I'm not getting on my flight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to make my flight now.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a freak accident.
Yeah, I know. It was check your bags.
He's fine now.
Because
he had
of
a
that,
good,
sorry.
To be clear, he's fine only because he had a good lawyer too, which is the scariest part. It's like you can just make a mistake
Yeah,
like
he had to do
that, and
community
it can
service.
freaking ruin you.
For like 6 months. But that was
Dang.
about it. He didn't do serve time or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people would have gone to jail for
Ever
that.
since because of that story, I triple check my bags of like, do I have anything in here that I shouldn't be having?
After reading through all of your comments on my original post, I didn't realize just how concerning this situation sounded to outsiders. It has given me a lot to think about, and I really appreciate everyone's perspective. I want to talk to my girlfriend about everything, but I'm struggling with how to bring it up. When I got back from my trip, I called her, she lives abroad, and mentioned that her parents were pushing the idea of me moving in with them so I could save money for a duplex, something I've wanted for a while. I told her that while it could help me financially, I didn't want to do it because it could ruin the current dynamic I have with her parents. I also called to vent about how her mom essentially stopped me from going out with friends because it was too late. Her response caught me off guard. She agreed that moving in wouldn't be a good idea, but not because of her parents' control issues, because she didn't want to hear me complain about them.
Leave.
Bye.
Now you're gone.
Bye. This was new for me to hear, especially since she constantly vents to me about how her mom micromanages her life and how her dad does nothing to stop it. That conversation made me feel like I don't know how to bring up the bigger issues. The possibility that her parents planted the knife in my bag, how I feel like the car is being used to control me, how I've slowly felt like they are trying to dictate aspects of my life, just like hers. They are. When they gifted me the car after Christmas, they told me they would keep it in their name since they had a good interest rate on payments. No, because they want to control you.
Right.
I didn't think much of it at the time. I was just grateful to have a car that wasn't constantly breaking down. Her mom gave me an envelope, and I was under the impression that they were the renewal stickers. The car's registration expired in January 25. A week into January, I went to put the new sticker on and opened the envelope, only to find a denial letter because she never submitted the required inspection. When I texted her about it, she already knew it was a denial, not the renewal stickers, but didn't mention it to me beforehand. While she was somewhat helpful when I asked for info on how to get it fixed, it turned into a frustrating ordeal. Since the car isn't in my name and is registered in a different country, it took almost a month to get everything processed. I ended up figuring it out on my own and was able to change the mailing address so that stickers would come directly to me. But here's the thing. I still haven't received the stickers. It's been 3 weeks. After reading everyone's comments, I can't shake the feeling that this might be intentional.
Might be, or like absolutely with 100% certainty is.
No doubt. My temporary receipt from the DMV is only valid for 31 days, which means it expires next week. If I get pulled over with expired registration, that could cause serious problems, especially because I'm applying to work in law enforcement. I've completely dropped the idea of moving to their city and will not be continuing the interview process for that job. I also know that I need to get a new car as soon as possible. I'm going to start saving, and when my girlfriend comes to visit at the end of April, I'll ask her to drive the gifted car back. Hopefully by then, I'll have another car lined up. Looking back, I felt weird about the car from the moment they gave it to me. I was excited and grateful, but something in my gut told me there were strings attached. Before the car, I didn't feel like I owed them anything or that they were entitled to details about my life. Now I feel like they use it as leverage to monitor me. I know I need to talk to my girlfriend about this, but I want to approach it in a way that isn't judgmental. Just honest about how I feel. We generally have good communication, but I'm worried about how she'll react given her response to my last call. To also address the comments about the timeline for when my girlfriend will be financially free from them, I think it will be a very long time. They have given her everything she's wanted and needed her whole life. She doesn't have to work.
Yeah, I was about to say a very long time. You know what's a really long time? Forever.
Forever.
Forever is a long, long time.
I think, yeah, she has these parents who are paying for everything, who she thinks are controlling, but, you know, she's also not willing to give up that lifestyle. So she's not going to stick up for you because she doesn't want to lose all the money that she gets from her parents.
Yeah. And that's your answer right there. That's your answer for do I stay or do I leave?
You leave.
You leave.
You leave. She is only in the last few months starting to realize that her parents are leveraging money to control her and is starting to want to look for jobs while going to school, which I'm very proud of her for coming to the realization, as I know it was not easy for her to do. But I honestly think it may be years before she actually stops being provided for. I mean, feel like whenever we hear about these like kids who grow up really, really rich, they don't just want to leave that lifestyle. They like the lifestyle. They're used to it.
I hear it's pretty nice.
Does anyone have advice on how to navigate this conversation? How do I explain everything in a way that she'll understand without making her feel defensive? And there are some relevant comments. What do you think?
I think we're focusing on the wrong thing here, dude.
Yeah, the parents are literally like controlling you.
Your parents conspired to maybe get you thrown in prison.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be with someone who does not see that as an extreme issue.
Agreed.
Especially if y'all have been together for years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, it would be one thing if your girlfriend's parents were controlling her. Because then it would be a conversation where you say, hey, I've noticed that your parents really, don't let you do much, and they have a lot of, hold over everything that you do in your life. That's something you should notice and maybe separate from them.
And her response is, shut up, I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, but that's not even the only problem. The problem is that they're also trying to control you, and that's a step too far. Relevant comments. The 805 chicken lady, you need to give that car back, even if it hurts you day to day. If it's not registered in your name, it's not your car. That car is nothing but a tracking device and maybe even a way for them to try to gather intel on you to use against you with your girlfriend. Same thing as putting a rusty pocket knife in your luggage. Be glad it wasn't substances. If you had been caught with that little pocket knife at TSA, they'd make you throw it away, but you might not be arrested. You would have been immediately detained for substances. Just saying. Kitty Bookcase says, if you didn't do laundry at a laundromat, the parents set you up. Do not go back to their house. If you do, don't even bring a purse, and you don't take anything from them. I'd give back the car as well. That's some crap. OP says, yeah, I did the laundry at my house. I truly feel like I cannot trust them anymore, and it's giving me anxiety. LOL. And there is an update. Allie says they could also try to get you arrested for theft if you don't return it in a timely manner to them. Also true. The car.
Yeah, I would be extricating myself from this entire situation.
Yeah.
I would be planning my exit.
Update 2. I got my own car fixed and no longer drive the one that was given to me. Good. The same one involved in the initial situation. When I finally told my girlfriend everything, she believed me and wanted to get to the bottom of it. That's
Okay.
good. I felt relieved. I'm relieved for you, OP. Maybe we can save this. Maybe we can save it. Over or under, they can save it.
I say I take the under.
Blast.
I just don't, she didn't see that at all?
Well,
How did a rusty knife fall into your luggage?
you know, if you really love your parents, you're very close to them, you don't want to believe the worst. I also talked to a few of my childhood friends, people she's only met once and who live out of state, just to get some perspective. I was intentional about who I chose to speak to. I picked people who do not know her family, and knowing the information we talked about would not change their dynamics because they don't know each other. I still want to honor her and our relationship. When I told her, though, she flipped. She didn't speak to me for a full day and said I had betrayed her trust.
There it is. There it is.
Yikes.
There's that under I was talking about.
Then she told her dad that I thought her mom planted the knife, which I never said. If anything, I've always quietly believed it was her dad. This was a much worse betrayal. She went to the source in finding out that they hurt me so bad, and I don't think I will ever heal from it. We fought, eventually talked it out, and kept moving forward, or tried to.
No.
Then about a month ago, everything imploded. I think we're on the under.
The least surprising thing of all time.
Her dad found out her mom was cheating. Dang, I wasn't expecting that.
That's why it imploded?
The evidence, 7 back and forth messages between her and an old family friend catching up. That was it. Oh, she wasn't cheating? But it didn't matter. He spiraled. It sounds like she wasn't cheating.
Well, this sounds like an upper class breakup.
While my girlfriend was home, he started screaming at her mom. It got so intense that my girlfriend had to punt a door open out of fear. The next day, he punted her mom out, cut off her phone service and all her cards. She's a stay-at-home mom with no personal finances. He left her with nothing. Yeah, so the dad is a huge problem here.
No prenup?
Apparently not. I think that kind of makes sense. The mom did say something about, she was like, what? You could have gotten in trouble. A rusty knife, I'd never. It's so dirty. But the dad.
I do actually believe, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the dad was the one who was like, your door's unlocked. You could have been arrested.
You got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, I think he's the one who's been bringing up all these red flags.
I gotta say, I think you're onto something there.
My girlfriend came to stay with me after that, trying to get space. He started blowing up her phone with unhinged messages just because she set a boundary. Meanwhile, her mom went back to the house while he was at work to grab some of her things and found her computer background changed to a picture of the man she supposedly cheated with. When she walked into the bathroom, all of her perfume bottles were smashed and shards of glass everywhere. Yikes. That's scary.
This guy sounds like a real peach cobbler.
A week later, he invited her, the mom, out to dinner, but only communicated through their son, saying things like, tell your mom to come to dinner. At dinner, he acted like everything was normal. Held her hand, made her think things were mending. Then, mid-meal, he slid her an envelope. Inside was a Mother's Day card from her own mom, but written over the sweet note in thick black Sharpie. Do not make a scene. We are getting a divorce. With his ring inside the envelope.
That's so...
I'm sorry, they're out for dinner and he goes, oh, here you go, love. Don't.
No, he definitely slid it.
Yeah. He's like, shh.
This guy is the most dramatic man ever to be like, don't make a scene. You're the one
making the scene.
crafting the scene like you're a playwright.
Yeah.
I want to give you an atomic wedgie.
It was calculated, disturbing, cruel. And it was all done with a smile on his face in front of their kids.
Man, I would have thrown hands at my dad for that. I'm not even kidding. It would have been jail.
Oh my God, you're getting a divorce?
Yeah, immediately bringing it up. I'm making a scene.
I would. So I don't condone this.
Why did also you ruined my mother's card? Not cool.
Straight hook.
Watching this unfold shattered something in me. I watched my girlfriend's entire world collapse. She had always held her dad in the highest regard and saw him as someone who could do no wrong. But I thought, finally, maybe now she'll see what I've been seeing all along. Because I never truly believed her mom planted the knife. I always felt it was him. He's dangerously intelligent, and that's what makes him so terrifying. His attacks are calculated and psychological.
I'm sorry, but I just feel like you could break this guy just by being like, why does your hair look like that today?
Yeah, do you have...
Well, like what? Just wrong.
Just wrong. It just looks weird.
Completely Chernobyl over something like that.
But then, after 2 weeks of crying in my arms, telling me how scared she was, she went back. And the same night she got back, she said she had a good talk with her dad and that they were good now. Just like that.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, he said, she said, I'm so upset with you for doing that to my mom. And he said, here's $2,000. And she said, I'm not that upset.
And he said, here's $5,000.
And she said,
says,
okay, I'm
I think
not
we're
upset at all.
okay.
After everything, now her mom is fully moved back in. They're all acting like none of it ever happened. He divorced her.
Here comes the money.
And my girlfriend is doing the same. She's given herself no space to process. She's always been expected to be everyone's rock, to hold it all together, and now she's doing that again, pretending everything is fine.
I would 10 out of 10 times rather be destitute with nothing than to be in this situation.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I don't understand. I mean, I understand that she's getting money, and that's why she's staying. But OP, don't put up with this, please.
I don't throw around the P word a lot, but this guy sounds like a psychopath.
Yeah, I mean, the dad does. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, actually, that's psychopathic.
OP even called it out. I also think that, these are really rich people who have no kind of, no touch. They're very out of touch with reality.
Mm-hmm.
And OP, you seem like a grounded person.
Yeah.
You don't need to stick around these people.
You can go find, I think you can find a much better situation.
Yeah.
And not to be, I don't want to cast an aspersion over all people who are wealthy, which of course you can't do that with any subset of any group of people ever.
Of course not.
But a lot of people who are psychopaths or sociopaths they can be pretty wealthy. And it's because when you have nothing preventing you from literally just taking whatever you want without feeling anything bad about it, you can tend to acquire quite a bit of wealth.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of wealth comes from exploitation. So
if you have no qualms about exploiting people, you can make a bunch of money.
I couldn't take it anymore. After being on the phone with her and hearing her interact with her parents like nothing happened, I finally told her the truth, that she's being manipulated, that it's hard to watch, that I will never see her parents the same way again, that I don't want a relationship with them moving forward. By the way, I want a relationship with you guys moving forward. And if you want that too, you can go listen to full episodes of stories just like this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio, and search up OK Storytime.
Appa Podcast.
Appa Podcast.
Appa Podcast.
Appa
It's
Podcast.
just one guy saying yip yip. I would encourage your girlfriend to get herself out from underneath the thumb of her father, and I would no longer be in a intimate relationship with her, because I think it's just not a healthy situation. Sophia's stretching.
But folks, I think here we have a little bit left. I don't know if you can stay in a relationship with where your girlfriend just fundamentally doesn't recognize what her parents are doing, especially her dad. I mean, they have totally violated boundaries on your part. And so the fact that, it makes sense that she can't see what they're doing to her. I think that's a lot easier to do. But the fact that she is not willing to even notice what they're doing to you is not okay. And you guys aren't in a partnership. And it's been 3 years and she doesn't recognize. So that's not changing anytime soon. But there's a little bit left. It hurt her deeply. She wants me to be good with her family. I get it. They mean everything to her. But I will never be good with them. I'm still so angry for her because all I see is how they use her, manipulate her, and take advantage of her loyalty, and she doesn't see it. We argued again. I'm exhausted. We're supposed to be moving abroad together in 2 months, and yet we're both trying to live in completely different realities. I love her, but this is breaking me. And relevant comments. Dragon Seafruit says, your relationship is over. Please take it out back and end it already.
Please take it out back and do an old yeller on it.
Watching this miserably play out isn't fun for anyone. OP says, I don't agree that our relationship is over. We're really great in person, have been doing long distance for a year, and for the most part have continued to push each other to grow and be better versions of ourselves. We just need to learn how to navigate our family dynamic in a way that I get to keep my boundaries and she still gets to feel connected to her family. Isn't going to work. That's the end of that story. OP wrote all of that and then was like, no, it's not over. It's not over. It's over, girl. I'm sorry.
It's okay for it to be over.
It's okay. Just because you put 3 years in doesn't mean that you got to put more. Because a sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy is quite a doozy.
If she saw what her family was doing to you, if she recognized that, and if she put up boundaries with them, different story. That is not the case. But that, unfortunately, is the end of that story. OP did not learn anything by the end of it.
That is true.
Funny that it all started with her being like, I'm jealous of my partner. How do I fix that?
Well,
And then my partner's family are literally trying to control my entire life. What do I do?
they say the first stage to get to acceptance, it's denial.
It's denial.
She might be on the road then.
She might be
To
on
accepting
the
that
road.
relationship is gone.
Yeah.
Whew, but that is the end of that
It sure is.
story. And I believe the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.